Well, welcome back to another edition of 42nd Street Pete's Grindhouse. Seems when I posted a couple episode or so ago about, my thoughts on Pride Month and things like that, it sort of irked someone to make a comment about, don't keep on, something to the effect of, don't be surprised if people tell you to get lost after this. And he got 2 thumbs up. All I can say is, nobody's forcing your eyeballs open to watch my channel. And I will say what I want. I fully support the LGBTQ community. I always have, I always will. And if that rankles somebody, I suggest you do the time-honored thing of using the variable resistor on your set. In other words, it's the on-off switch. So if you don't like what I'm saying, just turn it off. I don't really need the vitriol spewed at me, nor will I even engage anybody in an internet pissing contest, because that just gives you the rub and not me. And speaking of censoring shit and stuff like that, I was also told that I left somebody out, and that somebody was transgendered star Ajita Wilson, who was in a couple Franco movies, did a lot of stuff over in Italy. She was in Franco's Sodomania. And honestly, compared to the rest of the woman in that film, she looked really fucking good. So there's one I sort of overlooked. But here's something else. Yesterday, I got a call from my buddy Josh Hadley, who had 1201 and Beyond, a podcast too, who was pretty controversial. And he informed me that Disney has started streaming The French Connection with a bunch of stuff taken out of it. Now, this isn't the first I've heard of this. I also heard that they were streaming Splash, and the scene where you can see Daryl Hannah's bare ass had her hair computer generated to be longer, so we're covering that. And Disney's excuse, for lack of better words, for doing this is we're catering these films to the more modern audiences. Okay, you're catering films to the more modern audiences, which, what is the whole more modern audiences made up of? A bunch of fucking pussies? Because that's what it seems to be, because it seems that they took all the racial slurs out of the French Connection. Okay, so we have a cop movie, a hard-edged cop movie that had removed all the racial slurs. So what did they replace it with? That black gentleman over there, that Italian gentleman over there, that Puerto Rican gentleman over there? This is fucking bullshit, okay? Films were made in certain eras and they mirror the mores of that time. And I'm sure it looks like that a shitload of people would like to take everything from 1967 up until maybe the mid-80s and fucking erase it because it offends them. Well, too fucking bad. You're all upset about little words that basically worked back then but don't work for your ass right now. And, you know, some of our greatest filmmakers, our best directors, our best actors, our best writers were from that era. And to basically shit all over that era is downgrading the most pivotal and influential years of filmmaking worldwide. So, again, I don't know what the deal is. I said this was going to happen with this streaming shit, and I said, hold on to your physical media because people are playing games. How are they going to make Blazing Saddles more palatable to a modern audience? Make it run like 7 minutes? I mean, this is ridiculous. And what's even more ridiculous is that the top director in the world, according to him, Quentin Tarantino, who has made 9 movies, and I'm willing to bet, and I pretty much know that the N-word was used a lot in all of his movies. So why does Quentin Tarantino get a pass and other filmmakers from the 70s, 60s, and 80s don't get that pass? In fact, Fred the Hammer Williamson even used the N-word in the title of one of his movies. But of course, they now sell that as Boss. And the other ones, I'm not going to say the word because that'll probably me knocked off here. The whole deal that the legend of Charlie and the soul of Charlie, we all know what that is, but on the film print, the N-word comes up there. They didn't bleep that out. So this is how ridiculous shit has got. Yeah, it's a nasty word. A lot of words are nasty. But back in the day, they were used to convey a certain element, a certain era, whatever. And, this whole censoring or whatever of just about everything is getting ridiculous. It's like I say, why does Quentin get a pass? And we all know that basically, this former video store clerk, foot fetish enthusiast, somehow gets a pass. And I know, people are going to say, oh, he's going off on Quentin again. You know something? Fuck Quentin, really. And fuck the whole cancel culture deal. I mean, these films are great. They hold up. They pass the test of time. And like Josh says, this is more bullshit from Disney. And they're just trying to sanitize everything. And, I don't know what the modern audiences want. Oh, I do know. All you get is a ton of fucking superhero movies that make absolutely no sense. The only good one is Deadpool because it's R-rated and it gets violent and cursing and shit like that. I mean, I could dig Ryan Reynolds and all that other stuff. But this other stuff, I just don't get the vitriol aimed toward that era. And I'm not going to back off on my stance. I will showcase these films. I will talk about these films. I will never stop talking about these films until I'm gone. Because, quite frankly, with the passing of a few people, a lot of my friends made these films and were in these films. So, no, I will never forget where I came from, what I did, and how I did it. And like I said, if that offends people, fine. You have the option to change the channel. Don't go running to YouTube and complain. You'll get me kicked off the air and you'll piss off a whole bunch of other people that actually like what I'm doing. So, I don't like what's going on, and all I can say is, my friends, hold on to your physical media. Because it's all fading away by the wayside, and as it fades away, Disney and other people will change film history by editing and redoing these films to suit, quote, the modern audience. So on that happy note, stay safe. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. And above all, remember where all this stuff came from. Because all this stuff had an origin, and it's because of these films that we have what's there today. And don't let people take it away from you. Please, do not let people take your favorite films and fuck them up just because, quote, they don't fit into somebody's agenda. So again, stay safe, my friends, and remember, treasure these films.